From stories around the world to stories here at home, this is the National News Broadcast. Good evening, I'm Sharon Masquinius.
Good evening, I'm Clifford Richards. First of all, we take a look at the headlines.
The President tells Indian media that the lease agreement on the Hambantota harbour will be reconsidered. The police headquarters informs the Immigration and Immigration Department to notify on police officials connected to court cases leaving abroad. Environmental cleaning program is being carried out successfully throughout the island. The UNP General Secretary hints on a change in the UNP leadership. 3 youth in Batiklo drowns. The Meteorology Department forecast of an increase in rainfall from tomorrow.
Moving on to the stories in detail. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says that the lease agreement on the Hambantota harbour entered into by the previous government will have to be reconsidered. He made these remarks in an interview with Indian media. The exclusive interview is the first discussion Gotabaya Rajapaksa has had with international media after assuming duties as the president.
Hello and welcome. I'm Nitin Gokhale and I'm privileged to have with me today Sri Lanka's new president, Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa. What is your priority as Sri Lanka's new president? What are your priorities rather?
We have given our policy to the people. So I have identified certain areas where we have to focus and improve. So the security and the economy
are the two first priorities.
First priorities.
Right. But in security, I mean, you are well known for what you did during the Ilam War 4 when you revamped the entire security structure.
The policy of the government. Right. So unless you give the priority and your government's policy, if the national security is not in the priority list, then it trickles down to the lowest level. And that's what happened because the past government did not give enough priority to national security.
Right.
And also probably they misunderstood the importance of national security to bring economic stability. First you must have the stability in the country, and where even if for the local or maybe foreign investors to invest, local businessmen to invest, entrepreneurs to invest in this
region. And you want to be neutral. You want to have perhaps, if I am read you correctly, national security and national priorities are your first priority rather than looking at who you align with or that kind of thing. But this question always crops up, and that's why I'm asking you, is China versus India in Sri Lanka. What is your view on this?
See, I have mentioned this even in my acceptance speech,
yes,
that we want to be a neutral country.
That's
it is possible that there are examples in the world, and we don't want to get in between this power struggles of superpowers or world powers. So basically we want to work with all the countries, and we don't want to do anything which will harm any other countries. Now for that matter, we understand the importance of the Indian concerns.
Right.
So we can't specially act or engage in any activity which will threaten the security of India.
Right. Which is well said, yes.
That we have, we know that. And in our case, our involvement with China the last few years, especially during Mahinda Rajapaksa government period, it's purely commercial.
Absolutely.
But because of from the very beginning, even Hambantota
I was just coming to that, yes.
harbour, but in our this thing, it was not so. Actually, the requirement for ours, we understood, and we were never to give the control of the port to China.
Yes.
So that was a mistake.
Unfortunately, yes, the previous government gave
it 99 year lease, and even China, though China is a good friend of ours, and we need their assistance to develop, I'm not afraid to say that was a mistake.
Right. So will you revisit that?
And I request I will request them to renegotiate and come with a better to assist us.
Meanwhile, the British High Commissioner in Sri Lanka, Sarah Holton, met President Gotabaya Rajapaksa at the President's office this morning. The High Commissioner extended her best wishes from the Government of Britain to the President. Deputy High Commissioner Tom Byrne also participated at this occasion. A delegation including Saudi Arabian ambassador in Sri Lanka, Abdul Nazar Al-Houthi, has met President Gotabaya Rajapaksa this evening. They extended their congratulations to the President on behalf of the government of Saudi Arabia.
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa assumed duties in the ministerial portfolio of finance at the Finance Ministry this morning. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, upon arrival at the ministry, has received all religious blessings. The Premier said that he is assuming duties as the Minister of Finance of the country for the fourth occasion. He added that it is appropriate to look into the state of the economy at the time and the end of the year 2014 in order to assess the situation today. The Premier further said that by the end of the year 2014, poverty in the country was in a state of rapid decline. Almost every citizen was receiving electricity facilities. The budget deficit was at a minimum level. The people were able to bear the burden of tax. The debt burden in the year 2005 was at 91% in relation to the gross domestic product. This figure was reduced to 71% by 2014. A single-digit interest ratio was established in the country. The Premier further said that there had been an environment of continuous expansion of businesses and money circulation in the country. He also said that was the situation when they relinquished duties and handed over the economy to the so-called government of the good governors on the 8th of January 2015. The Premier further said that today the economy of the country has been fully weakened in all aspects. The tourism sector, which has shown some progress, collapsed after the Easter Sunday attack. He also said that the central bank bond scam has paved the way for a complete destruction of the economy, and the previous government had taken all measures to shun this fraud. In addition, institutions such as the FCID had turned state employees into a state of not being able to take decisions, thus leading to the destabilization of the state service. He added that fortunately, the present government was able to give a clear message to the people at the last presidential election. As a result, they were able to defeat the corrupt and inefficient government and instill hope of building a new people-centered economy. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa also assumed duties as the Minister of Buddha Sasana in the new caretaker government at the Ministry of Buddha Sasana today.
Several cabinet ministers commenced duties in their respective ministries amidst religious blessings today. Chamal Rajapaksa, who has been entrusted with ministerial portfolios of Mahaveli, Agriculture, Irrigation and Rural Development, Internal Trade, Food Security and Consumer Welfare, commenced duties at the Mahaveli Ministry. 2 books written by Tilak Kandegama was presented to the minister on this occasion. Minister of Foreign Relations, Skills Development, Employment and Labour Relations, Dinesh Gunawardena, commenced duties at the Ministry of Labour.
Under the leadership of His Excellency President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, we will have to stabilize the political as well as the economic areas so that our country could revive its development path. In this contribution, security is important, defense of the country is important, and the foreign ministry will put the maximum possible in order to restore whatever we have lost, confidence our country has lost has to be restored. It is now clear that the new government under President Gotabaya Rajapaksa will restore the non-aligned neutral position that Sri Lanka has been able initially to launch with other friendly countries, and we shall restore that in order to win friendship and cooperation with all countries that extends friendship and cooperation to Sri Lanka.
Minister of Small and Medium Scale Enterprises and Entrepreneur Development, Industries and Supplies Management, Vimal Veeravansha, also assumed duties today. Minister of Industrials, Exports and Investment Promotions, Tourism and Civil Aviation, Prasanna Ranatunga, commenced duties at his ministry today. Minister of Plantation Industries and Export Agriculture, Ramesh Pathirana, commenced his duties at the Ministry of Plantation Industries in Setsiripaya today. Minister of Information Technology and Communication, Bandula Gunawardena, assumed duties at his ministry in Bambalapitiya today. Johnston Fernando commenced duties at the Ministry of Roads and Highways, Ports and Shipping today. Pavitra Vanyarachi, as the Minister of Women's and Children's Affairs and Social Security, commenced duties at her ministry in Setsiripaya today. Former Secretary to the Prime Minister, S. Amarasekara, has been appointed as the Secretary to the Cabinet. He commenced duties today.
Romania says people in Sri Lanka will realize the aspiration of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa on peace, reconciliation, stability, economic development and prosperity. Acting Ambassador of Romania to Sri Lanka, Victor Chida, said they will work closely with the administration of Sri Lanka. He made these remarks in an exclusive interview with national television Rupavahini today.
It is a great pleasure of having the Acting Ambassador of Romania, Victor Chudea. Welcome, sir. Just tell us about the cordial relations between Sri Lanka and Romania.
Romania and Sri Lanka enjoying 62 years of diplomatic bilateral relations, very good relations. Over these 62 years, our countries have built a solid friendship based on mutual understanding and respect, as well as their joint will to collaborate and assist each other as equal partners. As an example, I want to mention our very good collaboration in the field of supporting the candidature to UN and other international organizations.
Now we have a change of government in Sri Lanka. How do you look forward to work with the new government?
The Romanian government is very much interested to enhance bilateral relations with Sri Lanka. I want to mention that a few days ago, the President of Romania, His Excellency Klaus Werner Iohannis, sent a congratulatory message to His Excellency Gotabaya Rajapaksa on the occasion of his election as President of Sri Lanka. And in the message, our President reiterated the Romanian willingness to cooperate with the new administration to enhance the political dialogue and to expand the collaboration in areas of common interest. For Romania, areas of interest are railway, power and energy, rural development, agriculture, labor, culture, education, scientific research, and of course a political dialogue to be further developed, also the parliamentary dialogue. In this context, I want to mention only one field. For example, in the labor field, I want to underline that this year Romania offered jobs for more than 2,100 Sri Lankan skilled workers, very good paid jobs.
What are the new prospects of further developing ties between Sri Lanka and Romania?
Concerning the prospects of our bilateral relations, I want to remark a railway field where Romania supplied more than 900 passenger carriages. From these, around 400 are still running after more than 35 years. Another field where Romania has a very good expertise is oil and gas and refineries. We are also very keen interested to develop the cooperation in this field. And also I want to remark that we have an excellent and fruitful collaboration in the field of education. For example, Peradenia University has very strong connections with the University Transylvania in Brașov, with universities from Cluj-Napoca, Iași, Oradea, Baia Mare, and also our embassy, it is very much interested to support the collaboration between Costache Negruții National College from Iași with Visaka College in Colombo. We have annually exchange of students, and I am very much interested to support this exchange of students to continue because it's very useful for both sides. Concerning in the field of education, I want to also to mention that every year the number of undergraduate and postgraduate Sri Lankan young people goes to Romanian university on the grant offered of Romanian government or the EU Erasmus Plus program. Also, I want to inform you that several Sri Lankan specialists attended courses in Romania in laser and the nuclear field on the grant offered by International Atomic Energy Agency. And also every year more Romanian tourists visit this very beautiful island. For example, in the months high season we had around 1,000 per month. And we had very good number of tourists last year and also in the first part of this year before the terrorist attacks. And now we hope to increase the number of tourists because Sri Lanka has a very good image in Romania, very, very good image. To set up a direct flight, it is necessary to have to increase the number of passengers. And I think there are good prospects in next few years to open a direct flight connection Bucharest-Colombo.
What is your final message?
My final message is Sri Lanka all the time has had a very good friend in Romania, and I am confident that our bilateral relations will develop well in the future. And also, I believe that under the leadership of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, the Sri Lankan people will realize its aspiration of peace, reconciliation, stability, economic development, and prosperity.
Thank you very much for joining the discussion.
Thank you very much for coming.
In other stories, the Xinhua news agency reported that Chinese State Councillor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi has congratulated Dinesh Gunawardena on assuming office as Sri Lanka's Foreign Minister. In his congratulatory message, Minister Wang said that China and Sri Lanka have always been treating each other with respect and equality since the establishment of their diplomatic relationship 62 years ago. He added that the two countries have formed a strategic cooperative partnership that features sincerity, mutual assistance and friendship. The Chinese Foreign Minister's message further says that the two nations, under the guideline of high-level exchanges and on the platform of the Belt and Road Initiative, have actively expanded their cooperation and seen more frequent people-to-people exchanges, which have yielded fruitful results in the recent years. Minister Wang has also expressed optimism to consolidate the traditional bilateral friendship and to enhance communications and cooperation in various fields and to make contributions to better development of China-Sri Lanka relations.
General Secretary of the United National Party, Akila Viraj Kariwasam, has expressed opinion regarding Ranil Wickremesinghe and the UNP leadership at a media briefing at Sirikota today. The General Secretary of the United National Party, Akila Viraj Kariwasam, said that Ranil Wickremesinghe has clearly stated that he has no intention to carry on further. The General Secretary added that Ranil Wickremesinghe also has said that he is ready to hand over leadership without destabilizing the party. He further said that they must extend their thanks to all voters who have cast more than 5.5 million votes for the UNP in the last presidential election. The General Secretary added that all party members from leader Ranil Wickremesinghe to regional level leaders, including Sirikota personnel, had worked untiringly day and night for the victory of the party.
Many civil organizations request to arrest former Chief of the Criminal Investigation Department, Shania Besekra, and to conduct investigations. The organizations have presented a complaint in this regard to the Police Commission. The civil organizations have also pointed out that there is a possibility of Shania Besekra leaving the country in the same manner the police inspector of the CID, Nishanta De Silva, who fled the country. They have also requested the Police Commission to review investigations on certain other officials of the CID as well.
An island-wide environmental conservation program was successfully conducted today as well under the initiative of the Police Environmental Division. Local government institutions, the 3 armed forces and also the Civil Defence Force were engaged in this operation. Well, the program is being implemented according to a concept of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. The President, during his tenure as the Secretary of Defence, had implemented an island-wide environmental conservation and beautification program. As a result, the city of Colombo has become and come into the first place as an attractive tourist destination among rapidly developing cities in the world. The work of the then Defence Secretary was subjected to much appreciation among the Sri Lankans as well as foreigners who had travelled in the country. The clean environment concept and the city beautification program that had been maintained for many years was inactive in the past few years. The program has been reactivated with Gotabaya Rajapaksa assuming duties as President. Well, the beachfront from Kollupitia to Vellavath was cleaned today. The operation commenced in front of the Kollupitia railway station at 6:15 this morning. A crowd including more than 400 police officials were engaged in the operation. Well, these are the scenes on how cleaning campaign was conducted this morning through mediation of the environmental units in Peta and Marudana. And also an island-wide program was conducted in Kandy Town as well today. Another phase of the program to turn Kirinochi into a clean town got underway today. The people in the area were enlightened on the issue. These scenes illustrate the enlightening of shop owners on the program. All posters and cutouts in the Biliatta town were removed today. Many locations in Bandarawala, including the Bandarawala main bus stand, were cleaned today. Bandarawala Municipal Council personnel and more than 100 police officials were engaged in this operation.
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has instructed the police to conduct immediate investigations and take into custody of those responsible for removing Tamil names from road name boards and damaging such structures. Police media spokesman Senior Superintendent of Police Ruan Gunasekara said that officials engaged in police patrolling have been informed in this regard. Acting IGP Chandana Vikramaratna has provided relevant instructions and orders in this connection this morning. An incident of removing Tamil words from a name board in Panadura South Police Division has been reported. It is suspected that this is an act of a certain organised group. The investigation will be conducted to find out whether there is any political face in such activities. Accordingly, it has been decided to increase the number of mobile police patrolling, motorcycle tours and nighttime patrolling as well.
The police headquarters informs the Director of the Criminal Investigations Department to brief the Director of the CID regarding the leaving of the island by police officials named as witnesses and conductors of numerous court cases. The police headquarters adds that a list of names of more than 700 officials engaged in duties in several divisions, including the FCID and the CID, have been forwarded to the airport officials. But the police media spokesman SSP Ruan Gunasekara says that this decision was taken as sudden migration of officials engaged as witnesses could create crisis in many cases presently being examined in court. The former director of the CID, SSP Shania Besekara, is also a witness in many of the existing court cases. Accordingly, the Department of Immigration and Migration has been informed to inquire whether any official, including Shania Besekara, had received legal permission to go abroad prior to their departure. The police headquarters has also informed the CID to conduct an investigation on IP Nishanta Silva leaving the island without any approval and to submit a report in this regard without any delay. The police media spokesman said that disciplinary action is scheduled to be taken in this connection. Nishanta Silva Silva is an officer in charge of the Special Investigation Unit of the CID. His sudden departure last afternoon has posed a serious problem. Many sections have requested to conduct an investigation on him, as it is being reported that he was engaged in biased and unreasonable activities in the past 4 years. The meritorious ceremony to install the Chudamanike with the golden base of the historic Ruanvali Mahasaya was conducted today. The ceremony was held under the patronage of the Atamasthanaadhipati, the Venerable Pallegama Srinivasa Thera, and the chief incumbent of the Ruanvali Mahasaya, the Venerable Pallegama Hemaratana Thera. The previous Chudamanike installed in the Ruanvali Mahasaya in the year 1932 was compelled to be reconstructed due to damage. The Vishwaparmi Foundation has repaired the new Chudamanike with gold footing. The 24 feet high pinnacle was also reconstructed. The Chudamanike was carried in procession this afternoon and was placed on the pinnacle at a height of 383 feet. A floral tribute by air was also taking place on this occasion. The gold-plated pinnacle is scheduled to be unveiled, and almsgiving is also to be provided to 1,000 bhikkhus. Well, 4 new governors have assumed duties in their portfolios today. Specialist physician Dr. Sita Arambipola is the new governor of the Western Province. She has commenced duties at the Western Provincial Council Complex in Battaramulla today. The Mahasangha Defence Secretary Kamal Gunaratna and Admiral Sarath Veerasekara also attended this event. Specialist physician Dr. Sita Armepola said that they must have one intention in order to fulfill their goals in any sector, including health, economy or society. She said that if we engage in our duties without being divided, we would all ultimately become victorious due to the team action. The new governor also said that there is nothing that we could not do on behalf of the country. The new governor of the Southern Province is Dr. William Vijayasinghe Gamage. He commenced duties at the office of the governor of the Southern Province today. A group including Minister Dallas Alaperum were present. Tikiriko Bekadu assumed duties as the new governor of the Sabargama Province. Prior to the commencement, he visited the historic Palmadul Rajamahavihara and called upon the Sri Padasthanadhipati Most Venerable Bengamwe Dhammadinna Thera. Attorney at law Supreme Court Raja Karule assumed duties as the governor of the Uva Province. At his office in Badula this morning, the former chief minister of the Uva Province, Chamara Sampath Dasanayak, was among those who was in the occasion.
9 ancient skulls of Vedda indigenous community kept at the university in UK have been handed back to Sri Lanka. The presentation was made during a tour of indigenous community leader Rupavahini in Britain. The skulls are more than 200 years old, had been taken to Britain around 100 years ago. Rupavahini has attended a ceremony at the Edinburgh University in this connection, dressed in his traditional costume. The Edinburgh University has more than 12,000 historical items brought from different parts of the world. The Vedda leader with the skulls returned to the motherland today. The Court of Appeal has ordered to convene the complaint filed against Professor Sarath Vijayasuriya on charges of the defamation of the courts on the 14th of January next year. The complainants of the case were attorneys at law Vijitha Sampath Kumara and retired army official Anil Vasanta Alvis. Appeals Court Judge Juan Fernando has examined the complaint today. The petitioners have stated that the accused Professor Sarath Vijayasuriya has seriously criticized the judicial order given on the movie The Court is Silent. This fact has been stated in a videotape released to the internet on the 15th of October 2016. The complaint has been presented requesting to impose punishment on the accused as the court has been subjected to insult.
3 persons who were engaged in fishing in a tank in Kathankudi in Batticaloa were drowned this afternoon. 5 persons were reported to have been fishing in a boat in a lake connected to the Kathankudi lagoon. 3 of them were killed when the boat turned upside down. The other 2 have survived. Divers of the Navy camp in Kalladi have recovered the bodies of those drowned.
The Department of Meteorology predicts that the northeastern monsoon will be fully activated by tomorrow. As a result, rainfall may occur in many parts of the island. More than 83,000 hectares of paddy land in the Ampara district were inundated due to heavy rain. Showers or thunder showers may occur also in northern, north central, eastern and Uva provinces as well as in the Hambantota district. The Department of Meteorology also forecasts heavy rainfall after 1 p.m. in other areas as well. In certain locations, heavy rainfall exceeding 100 millimeters could be expected. The wind speed in the central highlands, northern, north central and southern provinces as well as in the Trincomalee district would somewhat increase. A foggy situation may prevail in the morning hours in the western and Sabaragamuwa provinces. Fishing activities have also been obstructed due to the roughening of the seas. The Jaffna district also reported to have received heavy rainfall of 105 millimeters. Our correspondents say that the Vaunia district is also receiving heavy rainfall.
Well, that's it on the news. Do enjoy the rest of the programs and take care. Good night.
Good night.